Hey, what's up? I'm trying to gather my thoughts. So I just got out of Birds of Prey, saw it at a matinee, essentially by myself. That's fun. Um, and I'm just trying to put my thoughts together about this movie. It's something. It's entertaining. I want to say. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, aka Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. I hate both of those titles, so I'm like, just call it Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. It's simple. It makes sense. It's not goofy, which is what I'm just going to be calling that movie because honestly, it makes a lot more sense if you've seen the movie. I don't know if I'm going to do spoilers. I probably will because so if you don't know me, I'm a pretty big Harley fan. I'm not like a diehard super fan, but like I really like Harley. She's my favorite DC character. Even where is it? Looking even over like as a Christmas gift, someone got me a Harley Quinn comic. So I dressed as Harley for Halloween. I have Harley socks. I like Harley Quinn, and so speaking about this movie, it does Harley a lot of justice. I actually wasn't a huge fan of her in Suicide Squad. I thought she was okay. I thought Margot Robbie was perfect casting, but the way they directed her, the way her lines were, how she acted was just, it was okay. But in this one, that was actually my biggest concern was that they were going to continue with how she was in Suicide Squad. She is much better. She is great. She got it. I think Margot had a lot more creative control with the character this go round. So like accent, personality, mannerisms, things like that. They're all there. Harley's great. The Birds of Prey. I can't speak on them too much. I have like a casual knowledge of the Birds of Prey. Like I know who Huntress is. I know who Black Canary is. I know at some point Renee Montoya becomes the question. So like I have a limited basic knowledge of like who these characters are and how they act. The cast they got for him is actually pretty good. I think Journey Smollett Bell, everyone in the Smollett family is just really talented. People really sleep on them. But the amazingly talented, beautiful family. I think she's good. Comparing her to the one from Arrow, I don't think it's fair because one has like 8 seasons of character development. This one has less than 2 hours, maybe around two. Like she's good with what she's given. Same for Huntress. I really like Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's a very good actress. She's a great actress. I think the way her character went was entertaining and interesting. I just wish we had more of them in the movie. I haven't seen. I know who Rosie Perez is because I've heard about her a lot, but like I can't remember anything specifically I know her from. I've actually heard a lot of people are very critical of her acting, but she's fine as Renee and what she's given. And I wish I remembered her like the actress's name, but I know it's Dante Bosco's cousin plays Cassandra Cain, and I know who Cassandra Cain is as well. I I think the actress was fine. Actress was good. Child actress. She's good at what she was given. I just everybody else in the supporting cast. I wish they had more to do. Going into this movie, I had the lowest expectations. The trailers did not look good to me. They didn't sell me on this movie at all. I expected this to be 2 hours of straight character assassination. I didn't like the costume design. I didn't like some of the sets, some of the aesthetic choices, the limited things I saw from the characters. I think the original version of this movie had a very different ending that I hated. The only things I thought that were decent in the trailer was like the action and Ewan McGregor's casting. Even when they started first showing the promotional material, I'm like, this is not going to be good. This is going to be a hot mess. So I'm happy to say I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was solid. The acting is good. Action, I meant to say action. The acting is fine for what it is. Ewan McGregor as Roman Sionis. I don't know. A lot of people don't know a lot about Black Mask. I don't either. He's good with what he's given. He's good. He's good. His accent was like I don't know where it was. It stabilized about halfway through. I don't know if it was reshoots or something like that, but his accent was floating like that first 20 minutes. I'm like, so is he English? Is he American? What is he going for? But it leveled out afterwards. I'm glad we got to see him in the mask, and that's not spoiler. It's in the trailer. Um, yeah, he's an interesting character. I know Doug Walker said that like he would have made a good Joker, and like yeah, he would have. He really would have. He would have made a very good Joker. This is like kind of a soft reboot for Harley. So I really like the action. I think it's really creative. For the most part, it's shot pretty well. They hold on some shots a little. There's a couple like slow mo beats in the action, and it goes on just a little too long in some points. I'm just like, you can speed it up. But it's like it's shot wide, so it looks good. It looks better to me than even some Marvel movies, because it's not like cut. Like no, it's creative. I think the way that the action it does in a way reflect each character's kind of personality. Like Harley, she did gymnastics, shows she incorporates a lot of acrobatics in how she fights. She's very clever, she's very hands-on. Huntress uses projectiles, so a lot of projectiles, but then occasionally she can go close up until she can find something to like shoot at him or throw at him. Renee, hand to hand, because she's kind of a detective. Black Canary knows martial arts, so they all kind of, and she's a bit of a bodyguard, so they all kind of reflect their own character a little bit. So I think that's good, that's cool. It's very colorful in a way that's like positive. I like that. I thought so. I thought for the most part the direction was good. There are a few effects in it that were like dodgy. There's like one at the beginning where something blows up, and I'm like, ooh, the CG, ooh, me eyes. But it's only like really brief CG explosions. But I mean, it's fine. My initial problems with like the costume designs and everything aesthetically, and I was talking with one of my female friends about it. I'm like, I don't care about the like. I'm not mad that it's just like, oh no, they don't have their cleavage exposed and their navels and legs, and it's not comic. It's not entirely comic accurate, not 100%. No, like I am kind of a. That is kind of something I nitpick. Any adaptation, I'm a little bit more. I'll lean a little bit more in favor of something if it's closer to like accuracy, because it's an adaptation of material of a pre-existing material, so I'll lean more towards that. And so when I initially saw the costumes and whatnot, I really didn't like it. I hated them. But when I was talking with my friend, I'm just like, she's like, well, the thing is, a lot of women will just dress for what they find aesthetically pleasing and aesthetically comfortable. I still thought some of them were weird choices. I wanted to see something a little bit more inspired by the original looks. But when I saw it in the film in context, it makes a little bit more sense. Harley's made a lot more sense to me. I'm like, okay, the way that they're taking this version of the character, these fit how her character would dress. Same thing with Black Canary. Huntress, you could have done a little bit more with. But then, like, by the end, I'm like, yes, there it goes. That is, yes, you did the thing. So it does make me kind of want to see Birds of Prey more. These are all Batman characters when I think about it. Oh, one other thing from the actors. Didn't like Victor's ass. Did not like him. I really didn't like him. He was a little closer in line to what I know about his character. Just a crazy serial killer, leaves cuts on his body for everybody he kills. Like, so he's like creepy and blatantly misogynistic. It's besides the point. But like creepy and weird and all that. But like, I just really didn't like his acting, which is interesting because him and Roman are essentially not that different in terms of how they are as characters. But like Victor, I don't know. I think it was just like too creepy to just like have any entertainment value from. It was just like gross. Just like a gross dude being a gross dude, killing people and being like extra as fuck. It wasn't as entertaining or like scene chewing as like Ewan McGregor was. So it was like him trying to be Roman but lighter, and it just wasn't working for me. Anyways, back to like costumes and characterization, stuff like that. I think they got the characters. I think Harley's really good. And that's kind of one of the biggest issues with this movie, is that it's extremely Harley-centric, which is funny because the title is Birds of Prey, scribble, 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 Harley Quinn. And then they switched it for for like just theater purposes and for SEO, honestly. It's just like Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey, like colon. I'm just like, that doesn't work either. It doesn't make, just say Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. That is short. It is sweet. It makes sense because it's exactly what the movie is. I just wish the plot itself is, it's nothing special. You're not gonna get a lot out of it. It's nothing particularly unique. There's a MacGuffin. Cassie Kane has it. They have to get Cassie. Everyone's after trying to kill him so they can get Cassie. Boom, 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 boom. It's the plot. It's nothing special. It's fine. Uh, I don't know. Like the story in this is kind of weak because I don't think it services a lot of the characters particularly well. Harley, I think, is fine. Her arc through this is the same arc that she's having right now in her TV series, which is phenomenal. It's great. Margot Robbie's great in the movie. Kaylee Cuoco is great on the cartoon, but they're very similar character arcs in terms of her wanting to strike out and find her own identity, which the Harley in the comics has been trying to do for years, and I think that's always what's really difficult for her, as opposed to someone like any of the Robins. And it does kind of make me a little sad that Cassie Kane's actress is so young. Only because if you know who Cassie Kane is, she becomes like a Batgirl in the future. In the way that this movie ends and what it sets up in the future, I think they can still lean into that, but she's also like 13, and Cassie in the comics is like late teens, early adulthood. So it's just like, so if they ever want to do that Batgirl, we're not getting that for a long while unless they do like a time jump in the future. But yeah, I'd be interested to see. I would honestly love to see a Gotham City Sirens movie with Harley and Ivy and Catwoman. Because one, Harley and Ivy, that is where if they get enough funding and do a sequel, that is absolutely what you need to do. Introduce Ivy, introduce this universe's version of Selena, because it's not going to be Zoe Kravitz. I doubt, or it can be. I don't care. I really don't. But yeah, it's. I saw it at a matinee. I think it's worth the matinee. The plot is nothing special, nothing particularly memorable. Like, if I have any critiques, it's probably like the plot. They could have gone farther with the characterization of these characters. I don't know how Movie Bob gave this a 9 out of 10. No. Not at all. But it's not bad. It is a lot better than I would have expected to be. I think they do a solid, like, with the little bit that the other characters are given. I think they're pretty solid as to what I know about them, at least from the comics. They're pretty solid adaptations of their characters with their own unique twist, and I would not mind seeing them in the future in like a sequel or a spin-off or something. But I say take your time with that script, if you want to do a sequel, and do more. Don't just if you're using this like a thing where you focus on one character per movie, please don't. The movie will take us 1,000 years to get through a little franchise, and you will rapidly run out of Batman. It's like, we'll fight Clayface in the sequel. I don't know, but yeah, just setting it. This is really a Birds of Prey prequel more than anything else. So it's like Harley Quinn and the Rise of the Birds of Prey or whatever, something stupid like that. But that's essentially what the movie is. It's a Harley Quinn project featuring the Birds of Prey and Renee Montoya, just sprinkled under the bottom. And yeah, it was entertaining. It wasn't bad, it wasn't awful, and it wasn't great. It has good moments. I honestly think it's worth a matinee. It's entertaining. I had a fine time. I actually had a few moments where I'm like, oh snap, and I like laughed openly. I thought the action was cool. It has very good action. And I think this is one of those situations I really want to see a lot more women's opinions on the movie, because most of the ones I've seen is like, oh, I loved it. Oh, it was great. It's the same thing I heard for Captain Marvel, and I didn't like that movie either. But like, I think this is one of those times where it's just like, comic fan or not, it just might appeal to a different demographic, because like it's a female-led movie. There are going to be some aspects of it that I'm not going to directly connect to. Like, the things I connect to about Harley are like related to jobs and relationships, stuff like that. So that's why I really like Harley Quinn as a character. And there's some things that like some subtleties and aspects to it I think may appeal more towards women. And it's always cool to just have someone that's like a woman doing cool ass shit and having a character arc and stuff like that. So I think in some respects, there are a lot of these aspects that are going to appeal more towards women than they are towards men. That's fine. If you love the movie, that's great. More power to you. I thought it was entertaining. I think it's worth a matinee. I say see it. Form your own opinions. It's the internet. You can do what you want. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on it. But yeah, it is not 2 hours of character assassination, which makes me very happy. I would not mind seeing more of these characters in the future. So yeah, I need to go paint and script a video because it's also Black History Month, and I feel like I should do something for that. So I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.